Hi everyone, and welcome to the Efficient IP webinar on how Smart DDI enables Gartner's 3 network automation recommendations. I am Nick Itter, VP of Sales for Efficient IP in the APAC region. I'm also joined by Vernon Coe, Pre-Sales Manager in the Efficient IP in the APAC region. I have over 15 years solutions software experience, and Vernon has over 10 years experience specifically focused around network management and security. Before we begin, I'd like to go over some housekeeping items. If you're joining us live, you will receive a follow-up email with a link to replay the recording of this session. We would hope that you would share this link with your peers so that they can view this webcast on demand at their convenience. Also attached to the same email will be a link to download a copy of the slides from today. If you wish to ask a question during this session, please feel free to use the chat box at the bottom right of your screen, and we will take questions at the end of this presentation. So, who are Efficient IP? Efficient IP is a network automation and security company specializing in DDI, that's DNS, DHCP, and IP address management. Our mission is to enable and secure communication between users and their applications. We do this by simplifying network management, by automating control of the infrastructure and applications, protecting users and applications and data by securing DNS to maximize and ensure service continuity, optimizing the routing of traffic from users to applications. Efficient IP are one of the fastest growing DDI vendors. Efficient IP helps organizations drive business efficiency through agile, secure, and reliable network infrastructures. We have continued to expand our reach internationally since inception in 2004, providing solutions, professional services, and 24/7 support all over the world with the help of our global business partners, ensuring efficient and successful deployments to our customers. In the next slide, we will see institutions across a variety of industries and government sectors worldwide that rely on our offerings to assure business continuity, reduce operating costs, and increase the management efficiency of their network and security teams. Here is an extract of customers who trust our solutions for enabling and securing their business. Our customers deploy our solutions to help them in digital transformation and support strategic IT initiatives such as cloud, SDN, or IoT deployments. Our customers come from all industries all over the world, ranging from small and mid-sized organizations to large enterprises, including education, finance, retail, telco, or software companies. So the agenda for the rest of the session today, we will look at network automation and how it's set today, followed by 3 ways to improve network automation based on Gartner's recommendations using DDI. And then there will be some takeaways from the session, followed by any questions you might have. So, network automation today. Network automation is used for many purposes and is particularly necessary for digital transformation projects, bringing agility and speed. It helps improve accuracy and quality of operations. All this results in lower costs and reduced workload. Unfortunately, organizations are limiting the potential of automation due to challenges in 3 key areas. Only 26% of companies maintain accurate network data. 2/3 of organizations don't have their operational processes aligned. And almost 70% have no defined strategy for their network management tools. Gartner recommends 3 main areas of improvement. The first involves ensuring everything is based on accurate data, often known as the network source of truth, that allows scaling of automation and service requests. The second recommendation requires the creation of repeatable templates to help you align network and operation processes. And lastly, Gartner suggests implementing an abstraction layer to help accelerate your IT initiatives. I'd now like to hand you over to my colleague Vernon, who will run the rest of the session.
Thanks, Nick, and good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. And now we will start our discussion about the 3 ways to improve automation using DDI as recommended by Gartner. Okay, Gartner defines NSOT, or Network Source of Truth, as the source of how network devices and appliances should be configured, and it is obtained from the actual devices themselves. Gartner's first recommendation to improve automation is through NSOT. NSOT, or Network Source of Truth, is a database or a repository for tracking inventory and metadata of network entities to ease the management and automation of your network infrastructure. NSOT is an API-first application that provides REST API and user-facing web application for managing IP addresses, network devices, and network interfaces. Now, the network source of truth's objective is to achieve data accuracy within network operations, and this is a key requirement for achieving automation initiatives. Now, according to Gartner, the repository of network infrastructure configuration includes management of IP addresses, network devices, and network interfaces. These sorts of truths, or IP-related information, are placed inside a CMDB, or configuration management database, and these are constantly updated by networking tools to preserve and maintain its accuracy. We could then say that the IPAM must be your IP source of truth. Now, to achieve this IP source of truth, efficient IP uses these 3 steps. Number 1, the collected data must be constantly updated and has to be accurate. Number 2, it has to be consolidated into a single repository, allowing consistency and control to access your network. Number 3, all this collected IP data information can be made available to other solutions in the ecosystem, enabling true end-to-end automation. With efficient IP DDI, the data can be collected in various ways. First method, an automated DDI solution collects DNS and DHCP information internally from either a Microsoft server or a Linux server, and this has to be done automatically. The second method that efficient IP uses to collect IP information is through auto discovery. It has to be done both on-premise as well as in private clouds. Okay? The third method that we use is the usage of auto synchronization. This allows you to collect data from public clouds such as Microsoft Azure or AWS. Now, the collected data can then be consolidated into a single repository. Now, this ensures that the network information is accurate and up to date. Efficient IP IPAM provides a data lake. It is a repository of applications, devices, IP-related info across your infrastructure, both on-premise or on cloud infrastructure. The repository contains information on rich data relations between various subjects, such as IP address for a given device and other information. Here are some of the benefits of having a consolidated repository. You will have enhanced visibility, consistency in your data, and the reconciliation of processes around service assurance. And last but not the least, these IP golden records can be used by third-party applications, enabling automation of processes with up-to-date information for integration purposes. So, as we said, efficient IP repository can be made available to all products in the ecosystem. This ability to provide information and push events to other systems makes DDI a key component for global IT automation. DDI repository has actionable data. That's really valuable information which can be used for actions, either from filtering or grouping or to even more advanced automation processes. This automation using Open API has benefits of management of silos and enabling end-to-end automation and control of IT security and supply chains. Now let's move to Gartner's recommendation number 2, which is all about repeatable configuration kits. So enterprises with many sites that has similar requirements often has a configuration template or design they use. They use this repeatable configuration as kits. So let's start our process standardization using network topology design, as these elements are essential for achieving automation. Now, you need to focus your automation initiatives on those that has higher impacts. The higher the degree of standardization of your configuration kits, the simpler it is to automate your process. Now, if you will be able to standardize configuration kits, this will help to reduce upstream process complexity and procurement of additional resources and investments for achieving such automation. Now, an important added value for DDI solution is to automate the administration of tasks, which streamlines processes to save time, money, and increase global quality. Solid Server, which is Efficient IP's DDI system, automates all standard IPAM, DNS, DHCP processes for easy and reliable administration. Now, in addition to this, Solid Server allows you to easily define templates for advanced provisioning processes, automate global lifecycle management, and from provisioning to deprovisioning of DDI resources. Now, preparing for these site-based templates requires specification of various details such as hardware to install, IP address planning, VLANs or VRF, or configuration of network security equipments. For instance, in the retail industry, network teams can create templates of organizations for branch offices, supermarket branches, or hypermarkets. Now, here's a table describing a range from small to medium to large enterprise types. For standardized site-level kits, DDI information is a vital component. Efficient IP can, of course, help you create and apply these configuration kits. First, we have a library of standardized site kits. Now, these predefined templates can be containing DDI resources for a specific property, such as subnet history, metadata properties, and naming conventions. And then, the desired template can be selected. Okay, and then once the template has been selected, the template is now ready to be deployed. For each of these organizational templates, a set of DDI resources is automatically deployed in a single operation. You can do all these automated tasks such as creation of multiple subnets and association of DNS and DHCP servers using the templates. Now, this also allows you to perform network administration to enforce corporate policies, proper naming conventions, and even those tasks performed by an outsourcing company. Now, here's another example of where Efficient IP has enhanced a company operation using deployment kits. We have a global retailer who wants to deploy IoT solutions for their factories and stores. Now, the objective of this company is to have digital transformation project to increase the agility and productivity of their supply chain and of course to improve customer experience. But they were facing challenges due to manual processes, poor visibility, inaccurate data, which causes slow deployments, manual and error-prone configurations, making rollout slower than they have imagined. Now, the solution to this is by consolidating data into a single repository and then use a standardized repeatable kits. After this, they were able to achieve and automate all this process. Now, this may brought some few benefits. Store deployment was accelerated, bringing time savings of about 80%. Service quality assurance was improved using the automation of enforcement of corporate policies. Productivity has been enhanced, and according to analysis carried out by Tolley Group, they ended up with the return of investment of up to 281%. Now let's move on to Gartner recommendation number 3, which is using an abstraction layer. Using an abstraction layer, network automation development teams can build cross-network platform automation without the necessity of learning vendor-specific APIs or interfaces, or without having to worry about the changes to automation when the equipment is updated. Network Operations Center KPIs will also benefit as overall network availability is increased, manual errors and fault recovery times are decreased. So how do you start doing this? Well, it does require some development and scripting skills, but obviously it can be helped using standard tools such as Terraform, Ansible, or Rundeck. And of course, Efficient IP can be connected and integrated to your infrastructure and operation ecosystem. An automation abstraction layer provides an abstract process to access data from various networking domains with a service approach. Now, this layer uses specific tools from vendors and are internally developed in order to provide the best usable API for IT tools using orchestration, management, configuration, or reporting. There are two interfaces for automation abstraction layer. Now, below the automation abstraction layer, we can see the cross-network vendor platform communication using various methods such as REST API, SNMP, SSH, or you can use this between the equipment or networking solutions. Above the automation abstraction layer, you have the IT solutions for orchestration, configuration management, observation, and reporting, which are using methods that are easy to integrate using REST API, webhooks, or data transfer. Now, this pattern is a standard for application development and is also applied to a networking domain. It is just normal for you not to automate everything at the same time. But you must consider to use DDI as your first step in your automation journey. Now, I will leave you with some 3 key points that you can take away from this session, right? About how DDI helps to enable Gartner's 3 recommendation for network automation. Number 1, first recommendation is all about creating a consolidated network source of truth. For this, you need to have a stable and reliable DDI solution that provides all the IP address information you need, which is a foundation for controlling and automating your network. The second recommendation is about standardizing using repeatable configuration kits. DDI templates can help you simplify teamwork, which in turn will enhance productivity and lead to accelerated digital transformation projects. Third recommendation, as per Gartner, is about implementing software-based abstraction layers, in which DDI offers an API communication or webhooks in order to support network automation via DDI and making it a key component for global IT automation. Now, if you have more questions or inquiries regarding network automation via DDI, you can send us an email or you can key in your questions at the chat box and we'll be happy to answer your inquiries. Thank you and have a good day.
Thank you, Vernon. Okay, so not showing any questions, so I will go ahead and wrap things up. Please look for the email with the link to this presentation and the slides within the following days. And if you have any further questions or comments, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. And thank you again, everyone, for joining today. With that, we will close the session. Enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe.